dark into the light, light from the dark. What do they say? Polar opposites. Positive thinking, negative thinking. These are real. You know, a lot of people talk about think positive, think positive. In Reiki, and I don't disrespect Reiki by any means by saying what I'm about to say, but where Reiki have those 5 principles, do not worry, do not anger, just for today, do not do those things, and you know, there's a whole lot of stuff. I don't 100% agree with it. In old school thinking with the Bibles and all of that, do not get angry, do not do bad, do not steal, do not anything. And as much as they're right, I'm very much a law abider myself. The negative needs to happen. Negative emotion is necessary. Your emotional outbreaks are necessary. It all goes back to our emotions of thinking these negative emotions, and your emotions themselves are your tools for the foundations that you currently hold. You need them, okay? You need to get angry. I've got a 6-year-old little boy. I've got a 19 and a 20 going on 21-year-old daughters. And I'm telling you, and I've worked in preschools, and you weren't allowed to shout in 1 or 2 of them, and you know, there's all this thinking about the adult, be the adult in a moment. But what about the parents and what the parents are going through? So I get a bit passionate, as I felt myself getting, that the parents get forgotten in the process of bringing children up, because the adult has to be the right one, and the poor child must be looked after and nurtured, and the child gets put on a pedestal. I disagree with it 100%. I've got my own children. I believe I'm a nurturing mom. I believe I'm kick-ass mom. I do think I've done a good job with my kids, but I have shouted at them and I have gotten angry with them. And I have been real. I'm what you would call a realist, I think. Humanitarian at the same time. But I'm not sappy. I'm not soppy. You get, what do they call it? Gentle parenting. And while gentle parenting has its place, and soft psychology has its place, and positive thinking has its place, you still have to be real in any given moment. And I think you need to allow yourself to get angry. You need to allow yourself to go into those dark spaces. You can allow yourself to get depressed, but you need to become aware of it from a conscious angle. If you can consciously become angry, so allow yourself to get angry, allow your ego out of its cage, you can't operate in soul form all the time. On this earth, in 3D form, tangibility, physical, I'm putting my hand on a table here, physical world life living here on earth, you cannot avoid what is. To avoid and prevent yourself from getting angry just puts it into a box for that day that it's now grown. It's called bottling up. If anyone knows that term, I'm sure you do. It gives you a reason to bottle it all up. So you don't deal with it, but the anger still sits there. You don't deal with the sad emotion, the depressed emotion. Why are you feeling? You don't get to question, why am I feeling angry, and why has that little person pushed that button and made me so angry? Why is it not okay? And, you know, if a child spits, if a child hits, if a child breaks your garden and your plants, my child is 6 years old and he knows he shouldn't, but he's got this space right now in September 2025 that he can actually do as he pleases, and he will, and he's stamping his feet and he's setting his boundaries. And yes, I've done preschool, so I know what he's actually going through. That doesn't mean I must now sit back, be calm, and allow him to do it. Or gently say, Kian, please don't do that. Come and sit here next to me, and we will do what we need to do to get ourselves into a better space. Actually, it is not okay. It is not okay, and he needs to know that there is a boundary. There is a space where he may not step over. I will not allow it. And the depression that comes from life. You know, life is hard. It's frustrating. There is so much out there that we are struggling with, that we need to work out, that we need to sort out, from financial difficulties And if you're financially okay, you have emotional difficulties, and if you have a lot of life going on, especially if you're a family with teenagers, children, as I am, husband, there's stuff going on. Those people that don't have children have other things going on. They still have to go out in the traffic. They still have to go shopping. Their money still has to take them to a certain area in their lives. And so, and you need to become passionate, and you need to be allowed to be passionate about what you're trying to achieve in life and what you want from people, from your world, from your life, without the over expecting, the over accepting of the, there's give and take in many, many areas of life that we need to work through. And from a conscious angle, if you can see, sure, I got so angry in that moment. Why did I get so angry? It is okay to get angry. It is not okay to take your anger and go and commit murder with it. It's not okay to take your anger and go and smash someone else's car. It is how you deal with yourself through feeling angry. What are you going to do with the fact that your emotions have come to you? If you don't feel angry in any given moment, how are you ever going to feel at peace, not knowing you were angry? But why did I get, what am I trying to say? Be angry, work through it, and get to a point of calm because, I got angry because this happened. I didn't accept it. Why did I not accept it? What was the issue? Find your answers from within so that you can sit back and say, now I have a better understanding of why and what is actually going on. Many things in life are not resolvable. I've said that in my other videos. But understanding why it happened, why you got angry, why you reacted that way, why you got depressed over certain things, why you feel like everything keeps getting taken away from you and you can't move forward. What is it that blocks your path going forward? And, not everything is actually a tangible answer. There are spiritual journeys we are taking. There are past life issues. There is conditioning that we need to work through. There is so much that a human being walking this earth needs to actually work through. But until you get to the point of understanding what it is you're working through, what it is you have to remember about yourself, where you are actually going with your journey, how do you ignore these emotions and these angers and the negative emotions to be able to clear it all away so that you can find your path in peace? And learn how to work a calmer journey. Learn how to take that deep breath, and as in Kung Fu Panda says, inner peace. Inner peace, as I have to do in the traffic these days. So I share this with you from my own experiences, and my expectations is that my stories get out there to show you out there in the world that are listening to my stories, if any of you are, that we're all going through stuff. We have to go into the negative. We have to get angry. We have to get sad. We have to be happy. We have to be overexcited. Unless you experience what all these feelings are as a human being to experience, whatever your journey and path is, until you go through that and work through it and get to a point where, I need to do something about this, you're not going to know you need to do something about it. Okay, so it is okay to feel revolting. Guilt. Oh my goodness, doing things and then feeling guilty for doing it. That's a question. Why am I feeling guilty about it? I wanted to do it. Now I've done it. Now, it felt awful. Or sometimes it's an achievement for doing what you did, especially if it was a naughty one, but you did it. Now you're like, okay, I got away with it. What do I do with it now? Am I going to do it again? Did I feel good for doing it? Where are we going to go with what I've just done, experienced, and what was brought into my life? What landed into my lap? What curveball came at me that I had to manage and deal with? And you can't all sit back positively and say, okay, I accept it. It is all good. This is all wonderful. This is, think positively about where we're going to go with it. You still have to be real. Okay, so you still have to be real. Working through your stuff means you have to go down into the shadows. You have to go down into the dark spaces. And then you have to find the steps to step out and find the light. So when I say you have to, the choice is yours, either way, which journey you eventually take. But to get out of it, to make the shifts, you need to make a move. Okay, it's like a chess game. What's going to happen? Are you going to go find that checkmate? Are you going to get stuck in a corner? When you're stuck in a corner, what are you going to do? Are you going to look left, look right, look behind you? Sometimes you do need to take a few steps backwards to get a perfect wider view to say, oh, okay, I can actually go up that way. I can work this way. If I work this, if I've taken the steps back, oh, I see there's a wall. I can go around the wall. You've seen those memes. There are many, many memes out there that are so shallow, and they've got all these beautiful words, but what do they actually mean? How deep can you actually take a meme's meaning? So, take a step back, take a breath. What are you going to do with what's happening in your life, and how are you going to set those foundations or improve the foundations or create new foundations or build bridges and steps to develop other foundations, to grow foundations with other people? Are you going to collaborate? How are we going to move forward with where we're at? So with Live Smart Foundational Development, I'm here to say negative emotions bring you towards positive emotions. It is okay. You're allowed to go into the dark. You can do it from a more conscious aspect. Learning what it is to work consciously with more awareness is where Live Smart Foundational Development is able to help you. So send through your stories, guys. Share with me what is going on in your lives at livesmartfd@gmail.com. livesmartfd for foundational development in self-development. livesmartfd@gmail.com. And let's see how I can help you, how we can move forward, how we can guide our processes forward in healing, forward thinking, forward movement, person to person, developing groups, groups to group, community to community, unity in community, moving forward on a better path, becoming better people together.